but he start from the very beginning. When he see all those letters in my classes or in my teaching material, he knows that there is Cantonese, and then he already learned the H-O-E-N-G, how to pronounce H-O-E-N-G, how to pronounce K-O-N-G, how to pronounce K-W-O-N-G, okay, with the exact tone number. So then he has already he can be able to read out the exact pronunciation with the exact tone, or for the whole sentence, for the whole passages with all those different characters. So so there's no difficulty for him to use Cantonese by the way of Yupin. And then when he learned Cantonese from me by using Yupin, he takes a shorter time and then before when he used Yale to learn, and then he can finally master well, and then he even learned how to write the Chinese characters me later, and then now he even asked me some questions, or if I want to present my idea in this way, how should I say it? If I say, can I say in this way, and then I will say, yeah, you can, or should have some correction, okay? Cannot be used in that situation like this, okay? So already he can make up his own sentences, or just by thinking what he wants to express in Cantonese. So you can see that it's good to use a romanization system so that every part of the sound can be pronounced well. Because as a native Cantonese, when they when they were born to utter the exact sound, actually not really very exact. That there are very many lazy sounds, so they can. Most of the native Cantonese people, I mean those in Hong Kong, because we maybe we have a bad habit to speak Cantonese, to speak our native language in a very lazy way. So when we say 香港 we always say 香港 when we say Cantonese 廣東話 we will only say that 廣東話 or when we say 去過啦 食過啦 we will just say 去過啦 食過啦 okay so in this way 我係香港人啊咁樣 so you can see that so actually only you can say only 90% perfect, okay, as a native people. So why it's so easy for them to make lazy sound? Because they haven't learned the romanization system. They don't know that the ending ng. For example, you must raise your little part of the tongue to press against your upper upper jaw, okay, the palate in your upper jaw, and then near the end, there's a hard palate at the end, and then so the sound, the entry here is closed, and then the sound comes out from the nostril. So they haven't learned that, so they don't know that it is and then you have to keep it, okay. They just say okay. You can see that no tension here. The sound is still come out from the mouth. You can feel that. You can feel the air here. Okay. But when we make I can feel the air comes out from the nose. Okay. So you don't understand. You can't make the difference. You can't tell the difference if you haven't learned the romanization system, no matter which system. Okay. And of course, even though you choose one of the system, if you don't try to make every part well, every part of the sound exactly, if you don't try to make the transition, the connection of different parts perfectly, or even you don't try to keep the ending position to make the ending position well, then you, no matter what system, okay, you are still far away from making exact sound. I don't use perfect. Maybe someone think that, I don't need to be perfect, but at least the correct exact sound, okay? Which means that this word or character, it is made of a few parts. 香港 at least made of 4 parts, okay? So So I think that after this sharing, maybe you will know that as a native or as a non-native, using any romanization system might help you to make every part well. And then when you convey to others, when you teach others, you can also have way to teach them. Otherwise, you will just say, when you say, Hong Kong, you should say Hong Kong, and then when people just listen, they cannot, of course, make the sound at once, okay? Without knowing there are different parts, okay? Without making every part well first, when they just follow you to make the sound, or they cannot make exactly all the few parts, and then the smooth transition and connection, all those parts, surely not, okay? So when you make only 90%, and then when you transmit, when you teach people, then 19, even they can also make 19, okay, 90, okay, 90 will be 80, and then another one will be 80 will be 64, and then another one. So you can see that if I already teach you how to master the sound well, in even better than a native, you will make the sound if I teach you in this way to make the set sound. So even my students, other people who hear my students speaking Cantonese, they also can't believe that it is a non-native. It is a non-Cantonese, a non-Chinese speaker. Okay, and then he can sound so well that you cannot even hear a non-Cantonese accent. Okay, so that's and even better than many native people, because they don't have lazy sound, because they learn from me that they have to make every part well, keep every position well and long enough to be heard clearly. So you can see that not the system actually is your seriousness, okay, to learn and to make every part well, to make every part exactly and perfectly, okay, as perfect as you can, with more and more practices, and then you must master how to make the sound well, okay. If the teacher has method to master the sound well, have the method to help you master the sound as well as him or her too, then that would be good. So actually it's the teacher who matters, the methodology who matters, which matters, the practices which matters. So I hope that sure it's good for you to at least, even the native people, to start to decide to adopt one system, and then try to do some research. Even the native people, if you want to be a teacher, don't just think that I was born Cantonese, I was a native Cantonese, that I can utter the sound well, and then if you learn from me, sure you also can utter the sound well. Just now I say that even the native, just because of the ending sound, they already just can make 90%. And then also with the middle, for example, HOENG, Hong Kong, okay, they just Hong Kong, okay. Then already you miss the ending, you miss the middle. Sometimes you even miss the beginning. Ngõ become okay. Mostly people just say okay. Just say 男人 is 男人, okay. So so don't think that if I learn from a Cantonese teacher, sure I can master Cantonese well, or don't think that I'm a native Cantonese, I can master Cantonese well, and then I even can teach Cantonese well, okay? Because I have been speaking Cantonese for so many years, okay? So after this talk, I hope that you can have confidence that no matter what system you use, actually there might be similarity and differences between your own language and Cantonese. And then Cantonese is not as difficult as you imagine. Actually, only due to your dedication, of course, also due to the teaching techniques of the teacher. I do advise you that to have a teacher to guide you, because actually someone is need to help you to correct your pronunciation. Just like when you For example, even you bought a very high-graded piano, the piano need to return for some time, and then you have to hire a very professional expertise in tuning the piano to tune your piano. Right? You cannot just tune yourself, even though for you are a musician. Okay, I can see that they will just hire some experts to tune the sound. Okay.